I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time.
We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?
Go and get the bloke, love. Come on, get the bloke, love.
Where's the bloke?
Where's the bloke, love?
Where's the bloke?
Get the bloke, love. Get the bloke.
You've got a fucking day to get 3 points!
But Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
All right. Woo! Episode 25. Welcome to Blokes, everybody. Episode 25. It is a happy
Quarter of a
Sunday,
century, Miresh.
Quarter of a century. It looks like we're taking it back to the roots in celebration. I don't know. It's not like an intentional thing, but we haven't been able to find James. So
Am I?
hope the streets of Detroit didn't get him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he was texting us pretty late last night to do things, so he could have gotten himself, Miresh.
It's 7 p.m. on a Sunday, so I got no idea what's going on. But prayers up for the boy if he has gone to the other side. Prayers up if he's still on the right side, and I don't know where he is. But yeah, episode 25 here on a great Sunday, February 26th. What a week! What a fucking week!
I couldn't disagree more, Miresh. I have had a miserable week. Frankly, one of the worst weeks of my life, actually.
I mean, yes, it's starting to get bleak over there. What do we have first? We had some European matches. So we
had a couple Champions League
and Europa.
Well,
don't you fucking forget.
I nearly forgot how just how monumentous this week was for Man United. Like today, we're recording this on a Sunday, so it's like United just won the Carabao Cup, League Cup final.
Campeones.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but I almost forgot they're great. One of the greatest European nights in the history of Manchester United. Through to the round of 16 in the Europa League. They've done it. The Red Devils are back.
Listen, I get off your high horse. We're in the midst of a very pivotal week for Manchester United, coming back to the reigns of greatness, and this was an important week. We did Barcelona in at Old Trafford. We beat Leicester on Sunday. Then we beat Barcelona. One of the La Liga leaders who have only conceded 7 goals.
Who have only done anything in La Liga, and they just beat up on the shitty teams and got their breaks beat off by fucking Real earlier.
Listen, they lose 2-1, basically 2-0. They can't score a goal in open play against Ten Hag's Reds. The mighty Barcelona.
Well, let's be fair. Their lineup, Miresh, the lineup they put out, I had to do not only a double take, like a quadruple take. I was like, this is a Barcelona team?
Availability is your best ability. Ousmane Dembele is like Anthony Martial. Gavi and Pedri, he hurt his little hamstring. Gavi, you might as well have been playing on a red in the first game. I thought he had 2 yellows, and then all of a sudden I find out he's out on suspension because of 1 yellow. Whatever. He misses the game. They have to play Sergio Busquets, who they were excited to have back in the lineup. Who else are they missing? They still started Araujo. Balde's their better.
And fullback. I don't know if you saw Araujo absolutely put Rashford in his back pocket, Miresh. I don't know if you want to talk a little more on that.
Oh, yeah.
They had to move Rashford all over the pitch because Araujo, everywhere Rashford turned, Araujo tackle. Araujo here.
I'm glad that a guy who had 2 matches to prepare for Marcus Rashford was able to show up in the second leg. He was given the title of Rashford stopper. It took him 2 matches to get ready there. It's fine. But I
don't think he's in fucking sick form. I don't think, Miresh, that we're in people are Rashford stoppers all of a sudden.
That's what Xavi said. He said before the first match.
What he said?
He said that Araujo was given the title as Rashford stopper.
I mean, he did stop Rashford, but I think it's a little
in the second match. He didn't do it in the first match. He went to the new camp just like he went to the Parc des Princes. and he scored right in front of those fucking bastards, right in front of
Listen,
their little bitch asses.
I don't take much stock in the round of 32 knockout games. Like, I get like going to Barcelona. That's a big win.
Listen.
But like,
I'm
it got
not-
you
I'm-
nowhere, Miresh. You're at the same point you just were, pretty much.
I'm not. I agree with you that it was for like what it is, like a meaningless game in a lower tier European tournament. But you have to deal with the hands you're dealt. We're talking about a Barcelona side that was in the Champions League, gets relegated from that because they can't play to that standard, then comes in thinking, and they have a big fan base. They think they're going to boss Man United, that this was like a walk in the park. And we showed them that they're not relevant in Europe.
Well, I think that might just be general La Liga delusion there, Miresh, that they thought they would beat Man United. Anybody who's been watching football would probably disagree.
Everybody was licking their chops. They think that we're going to sit down, get rolled by Barcelona. Everyone in the Premier League, every fan of every big club is laughing, waiting for Barcelona to humble us, knock us down. And you know what? Mentality-wise, there's a big 2 matches to not lose to those guys. They are a giant club. You know what?
Is that
We
like
move.
now the bigger question is that like the 90 million pounds has just been repaid for Anthony? Is that like his big breakthrough moment against Barcelona? Anthony, yes, oh yes! Like
It hit like crack. What do you want me to do? I predicted at the pub. I was there with my boy British Greg, also a great United fan. Shout out British Greg.
British Greg, yes.
I said if Anthony or Garnacho score the game winner, it's gonna hit like crack. And I got Anthony right, and he came on. And to be fair, he played all right. He played well. He scored. He got the ball on his foot. That's what we've been asking him to do since the beginning of the season: is put the ball in the back of the net, and he did it when it mattered most. He kept us alive in a European challenge. That's fine. I'm okay. I don't say the 90 million has been paid back. But it's goals like that against Arsenal.
Question from my perspective.
It's the goal against Arsenal. Granted, his goal against City didn't do much in the first leg. And now goal here, I'm not mad.
Well, I think this Sunday's been a perfect example of like how standards have dropped at Manchester United. So I had to ask the question of if like scoring a goal to go through to the round of 16 of the Europa League does it for you guys now.
Listen, we are in a place where we're taking every match game by game, and it's working. We look to the next match, we focus on that, and we win. We celebrate shortly, and we move to the next one. That's how Man United moves these days. It's feeling like Fergie days. We're kind of getting back.
The man has precisely one dinner photographed with Sir Alex, and all of a sudden, United fans are eating up the slop, huh?
It's not just that; it's the mentality of this team. They don't feel like a small team anymore.
I disagree, Miresh. I think those photos play a big thing because subconsciously now it's like United fans are like, "Oh, he's got the seal of approval almost from Sir Alex," and now you win the League Cup, which we'll get to. You're beating Barcelona in these famous European nights. It's hard to argue that United aren't back, I guess.
The United are
heavy wink at the end of that.
We are back, and the haters are absolutely sick.
Okay, well we'll get to that.
The Barcelona match was just the first domino.
Well, before the Barcelona match happened, I don't know if you want to talk about quick. City drew Leipzig.
Yeah, City drew Leipzig.
One of Ethan's bottom bitches in the Bundesliga.
Did you
RB
bet
Leipzig? That? No, I haven't been betting, but
your buddy, your boy Gvardiol.
Gvardiol, he did score. He did score a header. Yeah, it was something, De Bruyne didn't start. It was just one of those games where I think City weren't necessarily up for it, and Leipzig, how are they not going to get up for it? A home game against one of the best clubs in the world. So it's kind of one of those, as long as you can hold them back long enough, and with De Bruyne not starting, they're kind of, not trying as hard. So it's like, you got to take it where you can get it, and they did.
Yeah, it's confusing. I didn't really watch most. I didn't watch any of it. I was just looking at the score. But who scored for City? Was it?
I
Oh, it was
want to say
Riyad
Mahrez.
Mahrez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mahrez loves the Champions League goal for City.
I mean,
Loves,
from the
loves, loves.
looks of it, they controlled possession 62% of it for the game, 700 passes, 90% pass accuracy. I was talking to Rudy, who is a City fan, about this Friday night. Like, I at what point do you have to question like Pep's tiki taka method in the Premier League or in Europe anymore? Like, where does like the value of his system lie? Because they're holding possession high percentages during the match consistently week over week. They can't make those final like
I
they're
think it's one
lacking
of
those
those
like final
things.
passes.
I think it's one of those things where as long as you put yourself in the dominant spot to win the match, it doesn't really matter. As crazy as it is, it's like it kind of almost doesn't matter what the end result is because at some point it will come. If you just have those numbers, if you're just putting balls in the box, stuff like that, and just controlling possession as much as they do, as quick and as sharp as they do, chances are going to come on their own. So I don't think it's like
Yeah, and
I think
like
it's just a matter of like other teams game plans so well for it, and it's more so not what tiki taka they can use, but like what can they use past tiki taka, like to elevate past how teams adjust to them. So it's the chess match within it.
and they're and on the I know the other goal was scored on a oh welcome James.
Welcome.
We didn't think we were
Welcome,
going to get you
welcome.
today.
I mean, you certainly didn't seem to try that hard. You
What did you want?
didn't send a call my way or anything.
When
but
when have we
it's
ever,
good,
ever
it's
fired
good, it's
out a
good.
call? I don't call you. You don't call me.
I mean, we pushed back our last recording because you couldn't be there.
Oh,
But,
I
hey,
tried.
I mean,
I put it out.
it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. No,
I was a little grumpy waking up from a nap.
I'm just here to
I
listen
was
to
a
you
little
guys.
grumpy waking up from a nap, and I was going to send a sassy text if you guys weren't ready. But anywho,
Miresh,
what
actually,
were we
I think
talking?
the first United domino to fall this week was not even United. It was Liverpool just getting their doors blown off.
Yeah. Well, what my last note on the City thing is like it is dark times at City. I don't know. It's a weird time that you feel this like energy of like they're not necessarily. I don't know. They're just like not feeling like they have in the past. They're not feeling that dominance that they did. And they're seeing the clubs around them start to get better. It's a dark, ominous time for City.
Yeah, but I don't think you could say like City aren't as good, if not better, than all of those teams.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's we'll see what happens. 14 games left in the Prem. A lot of ball to be played in Euro and Champions League. But I don't know. Like Holland's not scoring in Champions League. He's not as dominant as he used to be. He's scoring goals to beat up against Bournemouth when it doesn't really matter. Like, wow. I don't know.
So is life as a center forward in Europe, Miresh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough when you start off the season so dominant and you cool off. You're going to be expected to perform like that fucking like circus monkey you were at the beginning of the season. Now, when you start to like recede and cool off, the critics are going to be there.
Correct. He set the
So,
bar too high for himself. That's
yeah,
why I
but
always shoot low in life.
but to your point, the first domino to fall for United this week was the continuous downfall of the Merseyside Reds.
And at first, it really looked like we were in for the Real Madrid downfall.
Oh boy, I was
Like
sick
the
to my stomach.
first 20
I
minutes.
was sick. I was ill. I was very ill. I was at work, or no? What day was this?
He was quick to throw off some hollers.
Yeah, It was Tuesday. I think I was at home, but I was sick.
Yeah.
I was
Tuesday.
sick. God, I was sick. First goal. It was a cheeky finish from Darwin Nunez. I know we give him as flack on that show, but that was a cheeky little
That
was a
sick
spicy
finish.
little touch.
That shit was nasty.
Shout out
Good
Clive screaming out Gakpo as Darwin Núñez flicks it near post. He just screams out Gakpo, and then immediately as Núñez is wheeling away, he's like, "I'll wait, Darwin Núñez."
Yeah,
Just,
it was. I mean, cheeky
all
little
time.
finish. Bro celebrated like he won literally the World Cup.
Miresh, let's not be throwing those allegations around this show too early. We still have a League Cup to get to.
Yeah, exactly. He scores, then Thibaut Courtois has an absolute. I think that's the equivalent of a Mark Sanchez butt fumble.
That reminds
That
me.
was
I have a question for the after show. Remind me that I have a question for the after. But
All right,
Okay.
that was. Oh God, I mean,
Catastrophic play there.
you know, and Mo Salah gets his like bullshit goal to like propel the Liverpool.
People were saying
The fucking Scousers.
people were saying that Chelsea poison was getting to him.
Yeah, I mean, just like the Scousers, like, oh, Mo Salah, like, oh, fuck off. Fuck off. And then,
just
you know
tap
what?
on
From
it.
there, they got what they deserved. 5 unanswered goals, 2 from Vinny to tie it up. A lapse in judgment by Allison himself, and then the rest is history.
all week I was telling people, Vinny is gonna. It's the same thing I said going into the Champions League final last year. I said Vinny is just gonna give Trent nightmares, and not only was it Vinny giving Trent nightmares, frankly, the entire Real Madrid team giving Trent nightmares. He just completely loses Militao on that corner.
Oh my
kick.
God.
Some of the worst marking of all
That
time.
wasn't his man, though.
I've seen a lot of Liverpool
That
fans
wasn't
try
his
to
man.
argue it was like zonal marking, which
was.
I mean,
Did you see that?
It makes sense if you watch it. Benzema's hanging.
But
like,
you see
right
the
near
way
him
that they
if you watch
lined
Benzema.
up
Like, it
in
makes
the box in a straight, like almost a straight line. The guy in the back can't even see where the ball is.
regardless,
And it's
yeah, I
allowing
feel like
Militao.
regardless,
I mean, there should have been better movement, but it should have been better movement. I don't think it was
pathetic by Trent. I think it's pathetic by Trent. Regardless, you have
You
to
know
have
what?
football IQ, make a
La-
play, realize what's going
Last
on.
last week, and during the week, we had a big conversation about world-class English players. And you know what? Trent doesn't go into that conversation.
No, somebody
He-
tried tweeting at me, Miresh. Like Trent,
Yeah, he tried to be
I
like,
was like,
absolute fraud.
I was like, God
oh
damn.
God, that guy's
legitimately
I was
the
like, God damn.
4th best right back, maybe 5th best right back for England.
Oh yeah, I mean Kyle Walker, Trippier. I would even rate Wan-Bissaka above him.
We all right. We don't have to get into the semantics of it all,
No,
but
dude. Come on.
Reece James being number 1, but I digress.
Sorry, Eric. Reece James. Yeah, I'll give him his flowers. And Chelsea's like, you know, it's like that golden garbage bag meme. But absolute scenes. I love that it was at home at Anfield. And did you guys see Jamie Carragher's like live reaction to all 5 goals?
he was
My God.
disgusted. And then he had the post game comment too, where he was like, "Virgil
We're not
said I
bad.
can
We're
get
not
into the
bad.
back
We're not
four,"
bad.
and then he's like, "I would get in over him now," or something like that. Which I mean is kind of outrageous to just be throwing that at like one of your club's supposedly best players.
VVD.
I'm for it.
Disgusting that people mention him in the same breaths of Premier League greats like John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, all the lot. Disgusting.
Nemanja Vidic. Even
Disgusting.
Carvalho. He's
Carvalho. We don't have to go down the list, but yes.
Yeah, just disgusting. But you know what? That was a great day to be literally anybody but Liverpool. They beat an Everton side that looked their worst in a Merseyside derby in years. And they say, and even you were starting to ring the bell. Are Liverpool back? Fucking
Well,
clickbait,
to be fair, Miresh, they just played genuinely probably the best team in the world. So not much you can do.
And he had been claiming the Klopp hot seat for a while. So.
I know, but last week he was starting to fire up. Ooh, could they be back? Could they be back?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, if they did something against Real, maybe they could.
I don't
like
think
it for the
you
first, like,
understand
20
this,
minutes.
Miresh. This is a week-to-week thing. You got to take results as they come.
This is a takes game, baby.
Well, Real came back. They did show that they are quite clearly the best team in Europe. It is an anomaly to me that they are then bottling a game in the weekend.
This is what I mean. Like everybody.
No, it was Atletico. It was Atletico this weekend.
But everybody wants to sit here and suck the dick of like Barcelona for being
a
a
draw.
million points clear of everybody. But like Real clearly doesn't really care about the league anymore. Atletico's not that good. Like La Liga is just not that good this year.
No, I agree. But yeah,
I mean, Barcelona just lost to who they lose to?
Almira today
on the weekend. I think Xavi said, it was today. Xavi said it was like the worst game they've ever played or something.
Fraud show.
He's ever seen from Barcelona, and they're still 7 points
It was
clear
great.
top.
I always think it's a bad idea when, barring a few exceptions, when you hire a former player as your manager. It doesn't oftentimes work out.
Yeah,
especially in like their first kind of job like that.
I'm cooling with mine, so
yeah, but he had jobs before. It wasn't like his kind of first job.
No.
His first head coaching job.
It was his first head coach
job. But
job.
My point is that he had jobs on other coaching staffs. Whereas Xavi is just like thrown into the fire.
Okay.
Yeah, around the rest.
Lampard thrown into the fire. Go on.
Around the rest of Europe, Napoli continues their red hot form against Frankfurt 2-0. Victor Osimhen scores again. Great goal. Man just can't be stopped. And then Inter beats Porto. I have nothing from that, so we'll just kind of move.
I have something from that, Miresh.
Lukaku goal. I think a Lukaku goal.
Big Rom on the score sheet. Bailing out. I also don't know if you saw there was a clip from that game of Nana just screaming at Edin Dzeko about something. Big disagreement on the pitch, just screaming, had to be separated from his own teammate. So.
Oh, you know what? I did see that.
So, I guess trouble in not so paradise, but
that does bring Romelu tied with Chelsea Football Club on goals this month. You see that tweet flying around?
They should have put his in contention for goal of the month because he's technically one of their players.
Could have been.
Oh man, we'll get to that, I guess. Let's go back to the bloody Prem, shall we? Let's see. Well, who started off the week? Arsenal started off the week, right? They started very.
Yeah, we did on Saturday. There was a Friday game. Wolves tied.
I literally could give shit.
Too much.
Oh no, wait. Before we move on, that goal by Fulham was a screamer. I didn't see clip. I'll send you guys a clip. It's an absolute screamer.
Check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
love to see it.
All right, but yeah, going back to the Premier League, Arsenal started us off.
Yeah, Arsenal Leicester Saturday morning. That was a 10:00 game. Eddie got dropped. We had the Trossard.
Yeah, what were you thinking? What was your original thought on seeing Martinelli at the 9?
I was fine with it. I mean, I had been saying. I mean, I hadn't been saying pull Martinelli, do the Martinelli Trossard soccer thing. I have heard some men like Troops calling for it because it does give a lot of fluidity up in that front line. Like a lot of them can play left, right, and center. They can all flip around, overlap, intertwine. Yeah. Well, Eddie's just kind of been that central sort of man. So, I mean, when we first got Martinelli, I thought he was going to be like, oh, maybe playing backup striker for like Pierre, like back when Martinelli first got in the squad. Like I thought he was going to be like a left wing and like a striker. So if he plays well at striker, I'm all for it. I mean, we played really well. I think the first 30 minutes of this game we were playing just very, very fluid soccer there. I mean, obviously we had that Trossard goal that got called back.
Shaky.
Off the dude, that was whack. If you rewatch it, so I saw someone tweeting about it. They're like, no Leicester defenders are calling for any interference until the ball goes through the net. Like they're like, oh no, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. Oh, he scored like ref. Where are you? Sort of thing.
Got to
Like
do
call something. It was pretty weak. It was 20 minutes in. We didn't get it at the end of the day. He got an assist though. Trossard got the assist back on the Martinelli goal. I mean, not much to say. We handled
business.
I did want to say
He barely
that
got through. If Leicester could play, if Leicester had two right boots on, like they were playing like they had two right boots on, they couldn't do anything.
They had a point. They had a .01 GA, bro.
Dude,
we're the lowest, literally
that's what I'm saying. They couldn't
the lowest XG ever.
They couldn't
recorded.
do shit. They literally couldn't do
recorded.
anything other than Harvey Barnes. Poor lad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Poor lad was out there doing everything he could. He was putting in cheeky balls to fucking, I don't even know, and Tete and Didi,
Kelechi and Hanacho, of course.
Yeah, fucking A. Like,
yeah, all those boys. I feel like we always like drop points to Leicester because I feel like Jamie Vardy coming on late game is just normally our fucking boogeyman.
He didn't play, did he? Did he come on?
No. I was really afraid that he was going to when I saw him on the. I was like, please no, not the 75th cameo for Vardy comes on, ties the game.
I don't know. I saw enough after 55 minutes.
It didn't happen though. We held it off. We held him off. Not much I could say. 3 points.
I fully agree with that.
We keep rolling,
but not the most convincing Arsenal win. 2 in a row. They're wins.
No, certainly not.
Not wins that I'd hang my hat on. Get excited.
Jorginho had a great game again, though. I retweeted some of his stats.
It is funny to see him parading around the pitch with the Champions League tattooed on his arm, playing for Arsenal. That is kind of funny.
Well,
yeah, it's all good. I mean, they got Pierre. He's got him with Arsenal right here.
But yeah, I mean,
that's a world-class player. That is a world-class player.
Give him his flowers. He did almost win the Ballon d'Or. I'll give him his flowers.
Finished third.
No.
So Arsenal get the important 3 points against Leicester. Put the pressure on City. City would inevitably answer right back with a 4-1 big victory against Bournemouth.
You kind of felt like it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It had been brewing in the cards. You know, they draw Nottingham, they draw Leipzig. It was in the cards.
Yeah,
they were going to take their frustration out on somebody.
Mm-hmm. I watched a little bit of it at the bar, like on Saturday. It was just City. I mean, Bournemouth. I couldn't name you a player on that side.
Dominic Solanke, former Chelsea lad.
Oh yeah. But they're on their way down. Is another loss in what will be them going down.
That was me staring into the distance, trying to think of one Bournemouth player. I couldn't do it.
So City answer back to keep the pressure on City, holding them to 2 points. So title race is very tight at the top. Around the rest of the league on Saturday, Liverpool drew Crystal Palace.
Wow.
Palace were looking pretty convincing against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool just couldn't really get much going. Gakpo was quiet. Darwin was quiet. Like, just a weird game for them.
Boring.
Palace is tricky. I mean, Elise is a class player. He was giving him trouble. They just couldn't get ahead on a ball. He's putting in great balls into the box. Ayew, Eze, like, you know, they've got some class players. I haven't. Is Zaha hurt? Or like, I feel like I didn't even. If he was on the pitch, I didn't notice him.
I didn't watch, to be honest, but
yeah, it's like that 2:45 fixture.
Yeah, exactly. It was by that time I was checked out.
Yeah. West Ham took care of Forest. Easy Leeds.
That was a big interesting though with West Ham's recent form. I wanted to say because
that was a big letdown spot though.
And they tied
just
Chelsea.
Had their Super Bowl against City.
They lost to Tottenham though.
Yeah, I mean they just.
And then they put 4 against Pascaler.
That's true. World quality keeper.
Lest we forget Keylor Navas. Who'd they play in the World Cup? The first game where they just
pummeled. Yeah, they did get absolutely wall.
I don't think I'm not gonna give World Cup.
No,
fun
I'm
hits.
just
Last-
saying,
that's
like
the last match
it'll
he's
happen.
in.
It'll happen. No matter how.
Yeah.
I'm not the
I
biggest
know.
Keylor Navas
But
guy,
those smaller country goalkeepers is I don't know.
Yeah. Leeds beat Southampton in a tight race at the bottom to move up 2 spots out of the relegation zone. Southampton firmly,
That relegation battle's crazy.
Southampton
Still.
kind of cementing themselves down there. They're not doing themselves any favors. Of course, they did do the
You know
double
what
against Chelsea.
I
so.
thought of last week.
I was
though?
about to say.
Yeah, that's 6 of their 18 points, so that's a third of their points.
Great math, James.
Yeah, it took Zal like 20 minutes on the pod the other day. I saw him being like, "Wait, 6 over 18?" But that's it. That's wild, honestly.
Yeah, that'll happen when you let 20th place do the double over you. They don't get many points because that's why they're in 20th. So
This is true. Aston Villa did 2 against Everton. Everton back into the relegation talks. They came back after the Arsenal win, and then they receded back into where they belong, making for what should be an easy win for Arsenal.
That was a manager bounce.
Yeah. And then
we don't know what that was. Shout out Nicky on that.
Yeah, he was pretty pumped. So Aston Villa don't make much merch. And so he was trying to buy some like merch, and
he was like, "Where's the Aston Villa store?" It's like a mom and pop.
It's like,
and
we were trying to buy his dad some Watford merch because his dad's like a big Watford guy because they're his initials. And Watford's merch is only sold on Redbubble. They don't have like a proper store. So we thought that was funny. But
they do, but it's like a .co.uk. Because I used to look, because I was that was a team I used to manage in FIFA a lot, so I always used to think about getting a jersey.
A Troy Deeney?
Well, I would have gotten it with a custom player, but
got it
from the team.
He got it with one of his Wonder Kids,
But then, so yesterday he was wearing this like hat, and he got a Aston Villa hat made on Etsy because he couldn't find one on the Aston Villa store. He like sent them their logo and was like gave them the colors, and I was like, "Are you wearing like a bootleg Aston Villa hat?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "I really appreciate that you're dying on this hill of being a Villa fan. Like you
just got to take a trip across the pond to Birmingham, and
Doesn't he have like he's got a little Villa collection?
Yeah, a bunch of like Anus and Yak fans have sent him a lot of merch. Yeah, the other thing people are sending him are knives like crazy. He had a live show on Friday.
Road to 200, baby.
Knives. Yeah, he did his first set of stand up on Friday, and this one dude brought 5 knives to the show to give to him. And I was like, what the fuck?
The most armed comedy show.
A lot of knives in attendance. But yeah. Moving back to football, the final Premier League match of the week was Tottenham-Chelsea. Today, Camps, we turn to you.
One of the darkest days in my Chelsea fandom, honestly.
First loss to Tottenham in seven matches.
Yeah, you just don't lose to Spurs. That's the thing about it. I remember a couple of years ago when we lost to them at White Hart Lane. It was like kind of one of Harry Kane's first games, just being disgusted. Like all the players disgusted. Like knowing how much it means to like the football club stinks to just lose that game. And like, because that's kind of always been like, oh, we always at least beat Spurs. But no, I don't really know what I expected. I would say about the 30th minute is when I realized we were probably going to lose the match. Just poor all around. Sterling was good, I thought. That was about the only bright spot. Enzo looked fine to me. Loftus-Cheek had a good couple of dribbles, but that's the difference between, I would say, like Graham Potter and Thomas Tuchel, at least, is like when we had Thomas Tuchel and Thiago Silva went down in the Champions League final and got hurt. And it was like, all right, we're fine. Like, we could tactically manage this. We brought on Christensen. We were fine. Christensen was good given. But, like, I trusted tactically we could overcome this. Like, but in this game, Thiago Silva goes down. And it's like, oh, no. We're done for. Like, we're gonna lose all organization. Again, I don't think we played bad, but there's
didn't play
part of me
good.
that's starting to believe that's the small club mentality of me taking over. We didn't play bad. Miresh loves to send his little lads gave it their all meme of Graham Potter every week.
So good. It hits every time.
It did hit when I saw it this morning. I laughed.
Listen, we're just.
I was.
At
You
this
want me to
point,
give you the
we're just-
backstory on that? I was sitting at the pub. I was proper already. I had to get to the menu bar like 9 a.m. to get a spot. And I was sitting there. I was like 3 or 4 Guinness deep by the time Nick got in. And he goes, "Have you made fun of Ethan yet?" And I said, "No. I love that you know that I should do that, though." And he goes, "Yeah, what are you doing? You should fire off a text." I go, "I don't want to say anything until after this game, because if I say something and then we lose, it's
Yeah.
going to be hell. It's going to be hell
Yeah.
for me." He goes, "Believe in
Yeah.
your club. Send the text." And I said, "You're right." So I sent the text.
That's nice.
I have really no words. We lose to Spurs. It's a disgrace. There was never a moment in the game where I was like, we're going to score. It's like we would get shots. I felt like João Felix was being
He wouldn't pass
such
the
a ball hog today.
He wouldn't pass the ball, man.
Like,
It
just
was
did not want to
bad.
pass the ball at all. Sterling would make a run. There was one Sterling run where he, like, kind of ran inside and had him if he just slipped him through at the right time. Just looked him off. Just looked him off completely and shot. And, I mean, fair play to him. Fraser Forrester, every time they were shooting at him, was fumbling it right back into the 6-yard box, right back into the mixer. Shoot on sight, lads. Keeper looks dodgy as fuck. I get the mentality. But when those are the only shots we're taking, it's like, what are we doing? We're not even crashing the net. This is pathetic.
Dude.
The Ziyech thing at the end of the first half was one of the most absurd things I've ever seen in my life. First of all, the announcers were acting like he shot Royval, acting like he shot him dead on the field. Like he went for a perfect over open-handed slap and connected perfectly. It's like, no, he went to shove his shoulder, his hand slipped.
Well, so I had missed it, but when I was on Twitter, everyone was saying he had a gun. It was like a live gun on the pitch, and he shot him.
No, that's
so I was like, "Whoa!" You believe my reaction? I was like,
Graham
"Oh my god!"
former Chelsea
Oh
man.
my god!
Like,
The Moroccan shot someone. Jesus Christ!
he was like, "Oh my god!" You know what? I really can't believe that's not. To me, it wasn't really a red. I could have seen it given as a red, but I felt like that would have been a little harsh. So I think the loophole they did was they gave him a red initially so that they could review it. Because if they don't give him a red, they can't review it. So they had to red review. Perfect amount of time for Ziyech to take off his finger tape and start to walk down the tunnel like a loser. And then the fourth official's like, "No, please wait while we review this." It's like, what are we even doing at this point? Is he off or is he on? Like, why do we have to show him the red to show him the yellow? Like, why can't we just communicate in our ear? I don't even think it was the side ref who was like, "Yeah, that's a red." I think it was VAR that was like, "Read him, review it." Just a circus. Just a circus.
To be fair,
Kangaroo court.
I think Ziyech is pretty good, and I feel bad that he wasn't able to complete his transfer to PSG, where he might be respected and honored. Like, I just don't think you guys give a fuck.
What are we talking about right now, Miresh? What are you doing right now? What is this?
Listen, I mean, I watched 45 minutes, and I really think your club tried very hard today against a good Spurs club, and I think you should be proud of what they're doing week in, week out. Potter clearly has a plan. I'm Potter-in personally as a third party, and like I have no
Miresh.
I'm
I
Rush.
have
I
no
don't know
dog
if you
in
know
this
a thing
fight.
about Chelsea Football Club. We don't settle for little English League cups and stuff like that. We have grander aspirations. We're looking to build a dynasty. We're looking to not only build a dynasty, but build upon our dynasty. So we have to set higher expectations for ourselves.
I would say the exact same. I would say the exact same thing if I was holding 10th place with no aspirations of winning much this year. I would say the same thing.
This literal one season.
Anything.
This is
Anything.
a grander
Great.
picture than
No,
this.
James, they could beat Dortmund 2-0 and then go through.
Dude,
And then they
get
could,
the
and then
fuck
the
out
Champions
of
League
here.
dream is still alive.
They're not aspiring.
You
They're
guys
not
are saying that
aspiring
like
to
that's
win the
so
Champions League right now.
outlandish.
What do you mean?
Like,
I'm saying it. They're clearly at the same
you're
caliber of Real
trying to
Madrid.
no, Miresh. I think this is some pseudo game you're playing where you're trying to do the things that I do. What you think I think you think I do.
Bro, I
Ethan's
think
in
you're
the
in the
pretzel right
fucking
now.
Matrix right now.
No, I just think you're trying to do a bit
He's
right
like-
now, Miresh, and it's like,
No,
no,
I
this
think
isn't a bit. This is Chelsea Football Club. It was a dark day, yeah, but
Dark day, brother. It's been a dark 2023. You're win. You're
the night
one
is
win
darkest
and-
just before the dawn.
the night is darkest right before the dawn. Yeah.
Exactly. It sucks. Yeah, it was a big gut punch. Like, yeah, the last thing I ever want to happen is to lose the Spurs. Honestly, like it's embarrassing. It's genuinely embarrassing.
I did like that little video.
It's genuinely embarrassing to Chelsea Football Club. Like this was an embarrassing day. You cannot be losing to Spurs.
Do you want to say what he called it in that little video? I just like shitting on Spurs.
Well,
posted
Frank
a video?
Lampard. I tweeted a video where Frank Lampard says the Chelsea players
yeah.
used to call it 3-point lane, which, I mean, it is 3-point. Like even before today, the thing about today, like even going into the match, it just felt like Spurs were kind of due. As sad as that is to say, I didn't even get the sense of like. I know this might seem like a spin zone. I didn't even get the sense of like, oh, Chelsea law. It just kind of felt like Spurs were due. Like they should have even been up 10. They should have been facing 10 men Chelsea. Like it just everything just kind of had. Sure, Chelsea didn't show up, but everything had Spurs written all over it today.
I'm curious as to what you mean. Spurs were due. They've won the last 4 of their 5.
Talking about against Chelsea, Miresh.
Yeah,
They haven't beaten us at the new Spurs stadium, Miresh. They were fucking
this match to me only mattered if Tuchel was still your coach. Without Tuchel there, this game was irrelevant.
I disagree.
That's all. And Conte
it was
is
a bigger
not there.
rivalry even before Tuchel. That's
whatever their new coach is doing. He's got them marching to a new beat.
That is the one thing John Terry in his last match at Chelsea Football Club. He had his big locker room speech, and like one of the big points was don't ever let Spurs be better than Chelsea Football Club. Like it's a big deal to Chelsea Football Club, not just Thomas Tuchel because he got into a bit of a scuff with Antonio Conte. It's bigger than that. It's
all right. Yeah, I mean, so Enzo, how did you rate him today?
I thought he did fine. The thing about the Chelsea midfield right now is there's too much just ping the ball forward and hope someone gets on the end of it. There was a chance early in the game, one of the first chances where Enzo played it to João Felix, where I felt João Felix just kind of like whiffed on the ball, where I thought it was actually a pretty good chance that the commentators didn't make seem like anything happened. But João Felix just kind of missed. It was like, okay. Yeah. And then from there on out, it's like we get these kind of like floating balls towards the back posts from like 25, 30 yards out. It's like, all right, that's a bit of a waste of possession. So it's a bit frustrating at times, but I really like the way he gets stuck in on defense. Mm-hmm. Like he's not afraid of a good old tackle.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me.
What do you make of the decision not to start Mudryk?
I thought it was fine. You can't start everybody every game. We have a lot of wingers. I don't like. You see, that's the thing is, it's almost like we have too many left wingers. Like,
no shit, you have too many people at every fucking position.
No, well, my point being
Europe,
that like, if we could start Mudryk and Sterling, like I'm sure we could, but it's not preferred. It's like, of course, we have to shoehorn like Ziyech in there. It's never like we could play like Sterling and Mudryk. It's just not what's going to happen.
What do you buy into his rumors that he's unhappy at Chelsea?
It's no different than any other tabloid media I ever see in the football world. Until I like actually see signs of it on the field or something, I won't buy into it too much.
Yeah. I think Potter's tell-all when he inevitably gets sacked from the club is going to be an insane story to read. The things he's going to share about the ownership change. Well, he wasn't there for Roman, but like talk about what Bowley's he's going to. It's going to be hilarious to read. I think it's going to be a great, and I'll be there no matter what.
I'm very curious to see what
With my
the
best
threshold is for Todd Bowley at this point.
Dude, looked like he was going to try and put the club up for sale today. Did you see him standing there?
What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I saw there have been some nasty tweets going around about his win percentages and whatnot. It's pathetic. He's
Lowest of all time.
The lowest of all time.
27% win percentage.
And it's like
one win in 2023.
Back to the Roman Empire. It's like we never saw this. Villas Boas was sacked fucking with like a 45% win percentage.
All I'm going to say is that you guys are very lucky. You guys are very lucky that the gap after 10th place has been as big as it is. It's now level. Villa.
That's what happens at the bottom of the table, Miresh. I don't know if you know that. Teams start to drop off in points because the
haven't
top
been there.
of the table usually beats the shit out of them.
No, but like it's tight at the top, tight at the bottom. As an F1 fan, you see a little bit of movement in the middle of the grid sometimes, but you're not seeing it here in the Premier League. But now Villa are even with you on points. You have them on goal differential, be it by not much. You're even, they're -8, but they're even with you on points.
No, they're -2. Chelsea's -2.
Oh shit! I checked it before that went through. So you're 6 above Villa, but they're even with you on points. And now it's going to start to get to you. If you don't win, it does start to slide, and you won't hold the 10th anymore. And I don't know.
I almost don't know what you expect me to say. Like I don't. It's already as bad as it's going to get. So we're really at rock bottom now. Theoretically, no, we're not. We could keep sliding, but like the morale is not necessarily going to change. And I do, sickly enough, I do think there's a stretch of wins coming at some point. I personally think it would come after the sacking of a manager, as those things typically do. Not even necessarily a string of wins, just like a string of just not losing.
2 sacks in one season. Has it been done before?
Definitely. Not by us. Listen, I don't know.
Well, I like to hold people accountable here, so we'll do a little bit more questions on when you think, if you realistically, let's see, you guys have Leeds next Saturday.
You see, that's the thing. If I was the owner, I would have sacked him this week.
There's still time before Saturday to sack him.
I would have sacked him this week, but everything I see is just we're giving him time, and it's
all right. Well, so you have Leeds Saturday.
Maybe.
You have Leeds Saturday, then Dortmund, then Leicester. Let's just tackle the next 3. How many wins out of the next 3?
I really wish I could sit here and tell you guys that I think we're going to lose the next 3. Like, I really wish I could give you guys what you want and just bendo. But it's like
I
truly
want you to.
think it's
I'm
coming.
Not asking
I think
for anything, bro.
I think something's coming.
2 or 3 are at the bridge.
Exactly. I don't think it's so crazy that we go through in the Champions League. I know it seems.
To be fair, you have to score to go through in the Champions League.
That is the only thing stopping us at the moment.
You can keep a clean sheet all you want. I know you love
I did
that.
actually say
you do got to score.
If we didn't score against Fraser Forrester, sell the lot of players, but I guess it's just my brain being stupid and being like, they can't possibly be this bad. Like with the individual quality they have, they just cannot possibly be this bad where they just can't score all these goals. Like something has to be coming.
Dude, you know what it is?
That could be my ignorance. It could be whatever, but I think something's coming.
at the end of the day, I think Potter probably had it in him to be a big time manager at some point in his tenure, and that's why they made the move for him to
I
come.
think with
Right
Potter,
now, you've broken the man mentally. The death threats from fans, all the hate on the internet. I don't think he's a giant mentally, and I think this is what's causing the output on the pitch. He doesn't know what to do because he's so fucking rattled.
I think it's a host of things, but I think if a guy like Potter was ever going to succeed as a manager, I think it would have to be like his own kind of club that he built up and made
Brighton.
them good, not take over. Exactly, Brighton. Like if he had stuck with Brighton, gotten them into the top four, that kind of thing. It's like it would have had to be a team that he built up. Their system, like now he tries to come into a Chelsea project where the manager's just been forced out. It's what I've been saying the whole time. It's a tricky situation. But I don't think it's that tricky. I don't think it's tricky enough to where we haven't won since like November. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
Or we've won 3 games since November, I think, was the stat.
Marcus
November
Rashford,
something.
MBE, outscoring Chelsea.
The worst signature celebration of all time, by the way. Miresh just did the little Rashford. The worst signature celebration of all time.
That's all that matters.
Ruben.
That's
Ruben
all that
Neves?
matters. Is he called it the Rashford celebration. It's been said. Shall we switch gears and conclude on what was a glorious lunchtime fixture?
Yeah, go on, Miresh. The floor is yours. Celebrate your little tin pot trophy.
Yeah, floor's yours, buddy.
What do you mean it's a tin pot?
Your
We
little
haven't
Fisher
won
Price
anything.
trophy, Miresh. Go on. Your little energy drink trophy. Go on.
We haven't won in 6 years, and we're back. This was the defining moment. I said earlier we're in a stretch of 4 games that will define the rest of the season for Manchester United. Beating Barcelona at Old Trafford was the first domino. Second domino is the Carabao Cup. And then if we win against West Ham Wednesday, we're through in the FA Cup, and if we win at Anfield on Sunday, who's going to stop us? We've played Arsenal twice. We've played City twice. We've got a lot of our big top of the table fixtures out of the way. We play Chelsea at home, and we play Spurs at 3 Point Lane.
Well,
Miresh, I mean, congrats. What a run. What a magical run by Manchester United. Shall we read the list of teams Manchester United played?
I've seen this going around. You don't pick who you play.
No,
it's not like fucking college football. It's not Nick Saban handpicking.
It's alluding.
It's not Nick
Saban. To win a trophy, they must have played some top tier competition along the way.
We got through and we played Newcastle and we beat them. That's all that matters. For years, all you lot, bottlers, Europa League, all the semis we bottled, couldn't get past the semi. We're back. We got to a championship, 3 days rest. Newcastle's had, a week to rest? We had 3 games in 7 days. On the third one, we won.
I'm congratulating you, Miresh. Congrats.
I don't know if you guys saw that
Big day.
Newcastle guy singing that song.
Tell your friends.
You're just
you're so sad. And
oh no, not that guy. I saw that guy though.
With a big NFC on his stomach.
Oh yeah, man. People love fat shaming in 2023. At the bar I was at, they let out a "you fat bastard, you fat bastard" every time they showed him on the screen. It was sad. I thought we were body positive.
I'll stay quiet.
Disgusting.
It was great. I went to the United pub. Very cool. I'll only watch games there with you from now on, Ethan, because the boys will have your head if you try and come in there the same way you went into Football Factory.
Miresh, we'll have to just go to Football Factory. I can't be.
No, I need you. I need
They gotta
you.
have
There
some
was
outs.
there were
Did
there
they
were
get
two
swept out
Chelsea
real
lads
quick?
there watching the first game, and oof, it was rough scenes watching them leave that pub today.
Miresh, I probably would have been in a disgusting mood if we were watching that game together. I will not lie
Oh,
to you.
it
There might have
was
been
it
glasses
was
spiked. There might have been bad news.
dude, it was tough to watch for them. But today United came out. A lot of people saying the first goal was luck. I don't think it's luck. Newcastle came out strong, and they should have. I think today, to cite my boy Mark Goldbridge, was one in the press conference. Eric Ten Hag came out, and he said that he called Newcastle boring.
They are
And he said
boring.
that they sit back in a box and that they're boring, and that flustered little Eddie Howe. And he told his team to go out and go at them, and that's exactly where we wanted them. We didn't have the legs to control the ball. We played better on the counter, and we knew he trusted in his back line. I think it was a great manager.
Miresh, I'm just gonna get straight to it. I have watched the second goal maybe 50 times. And I still, every time I watch it, I cannot believe that it completely goes through Karius.
You see the
Like
gloves that
every
man's
time I
wearing?
watch it, I
See
like
the gloves he's
gasp. I'm
wearing?
like, how does this fucking ball
He's
end
wearing
up
like
into the back of the net?
the DFB
Striker puts the ball on it.
like
He's wearing the
1970s
poop brown.
era.
He was wearing the Nuki Browns.
Did you see all the Liverpool fans trying to
Dude,
bro? Everyone was being
that
like,
poor
"Oh,
guy.
can't wait for his
I mean-
redemption arc." Like all the Liverpool fans after they
Poor
First
guy.
game
I
in
mean, he does it
2
to
years.
himself.
pushed him
Miresh.
out of their club. Yeah, yeah,
Did you see the video of him today?
yeah.
Did you see the video of him pre-match him like
Oh
doing
my
warm-ups? Oh my god. I was like, just shoot the fucking ball. Something's going in. Trickler, whatever. At that point I knew we had won. The first
if
goal,
you had turned
Casemiro,
on
great
that
goal.
game today, expecting Newcastle United to win that League Cup without Nick Pope and Dolores, like the whole thing. I have another thing coming to you.
No, yeah, I never for a second. I mean, I was shaky, but it's a cup final. I know what it is. I know for me, if we lost to a third string goalie, what that would have been like for me. I would have deleted all my socials. I would have had to change my phone number. I couldn't talk to you again.
I wouldn't
ever
have
again.
texted you, Miresh. I wouldn't
You
have
were
said
looking at-
anything. I'm a man
in
of
my
class.
mind, I feel like you've got like a bank of stuff to fire off to me for like any bad occasion, and it's just like it drafts of like how can I ruffle
I kind
Maresh's
of like
feathers
that I
today?
have that kind of aura, though. Like, oh, wow. Like, my team better not lose today, or else Ethan's really going to give it to me.
Yeah, I literally don't care about much, but I don't ever want to make you happy by my team.
Wow.
But yeah, Casemiro, great goal off the set piece. Roberto Carlos yet again, and they officially did give the goal to Rashford. So another goal in his campaign this season. And then we just kind of parked the bus. We didn't really need to do much. Bruno should have passed at the end. Did you see that video of Casemiro telling him after they already won? Hey, you should have fucking passed.
Yeah.
Same with Sancho. Had a video being like, hey, great win. Pass next time. Great win. All around. Happy to be me. Happy to be a Red.
I mean, you
And
got your trophy.
I'd be scared if I were you two brothers.
Enjoy.
Because we are fucking back. We are fucking back. We're not done. We're not done. We're still active in all other 3 campaigns.
You guys like to sit here and make fun of me for like, oh yeah, Chelsea this, Chelsea that. They're not going to be in this. They're
Don't
not going
start
to be in
doing
that.
this.
As sick as it sounds, it's kind of nice not being in like the finals, semifinals of all these cups for once.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of nice to just sit back. It sucks like to lose games, and it
You'll
sucks
have
to
the
lose to
midweeks
teams
off
like
next
Spurs.
year, man. Don't worry about it.
But it's kind of like nice
Dude,
to
the
not
men-
have like just so much pressure on you watching football.
Dude, your mentality.
Last season we were Carabao Cup final, FA Cup final, Club World Cup. Listen, I've been
arc
in
of
these
your
leagues the year
mentality.
before that, Champions League run, the FA Cup run.
Listen, the
These
arc of
things
your
are just
mentality
normal.
on this show is insane. Just like where you started the season into where you are now, just saying that you're happy to not be in like the finals of
No,
the
it's almost.
competition.
I'm not saying I'm happy, but I'm saying it's
my
almost
God.
like a nice change of pace. That's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that the arc of your mentality is absolutely insane.
Well, obviously, it's kind of like when you know you're not going to make the playoffs, and
three
you just
full
kind of
teams
start
worth of
benching
people.
guys. People who take their vacations early. It's like, all right, well, we'll be back next year. Kind of where I'm at, right? I'm mentally in the football season. Besides the Champions
you're
League,
not.
I am like
You're mentally
I'm
in
pretty
fucking
much mentally in
Pittsburgh,
like
bro.
Maui.
You're
You
not
know
in
what I
Maui.
mean? I'm
You're
like,
not,
all
you're
right,
not
the
relaxed
season's
like
done.
that.
You know,
Ain't
I got
nothing zen
time.
You're in
about your
somewhere in the
mental.
steel
And
belt, bro.
nothing,
You might be in East Palestine, damn near. Those
you're like
impure ass thoughts.
you're in like you're like in Eastern
because
Europe.
Budapest could have fun there. I could see Ethan having fun in Budapest.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a Budapest. He's in Budapest.
No, mentally, it's just like, oh yeah, whatever. We're in it. It's pretty much
Dude, I've actually never seen a boys' club's manager's mentality trickle down and like leech onto the soul and aura of another man like this. This is
We're talking about
insane.
this season right now.
Bro has literally become the boys gave it all, Graham Potter. Like that's what you're saying week in, week out. The tried.
Well, because mentally, I'm so out on Graham Potter. I'm just ready for the next guy. Mentally, I'm already preparing for like.
You know what? Yeah,
like,
you know who there's only one man to succeed Graham Potter. My book.
Go on.
And I'd be glad to let you have
Go on.
Mr. Ralph Rangnick. It's only fair that you have to suffer for a little bit more.
0.0.0.0.0% chance, Miresh.
I think it's like
That's the joke, James.
Come on, remedial math.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's next for you guys, but it's like I've seen Simeone, Jesse Marsh.
That would make me puke. Simeone would make me puke. Jesse Marsh would make me puke.
Then who's available? Poch?
Again, would make me puke. Why are we taking a Tottenham reject? Like, what are we doing?
Can we also pause for a second and remember that? Can we remember the fact that
Tuchel, run it back with Mourinho?
Can we remember that Tottenham rejected Eric Ten Hag because of his poor English skills?
That was right off the bat. That was right off the back of the Portuguese guy, no?
Oh man, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. But yeah, I don't know who's next for you guys. I really don't. I hate to not have
Don't
found
give
my
me
manager.
Simeone. Like, if I have to watch, I'm already picturing. Like, you could sit here and argue Mourinho and
you know he's going to make a big
Simeone.
name. He's going to sign a big name coach. It's in Boley's DNA.
Just run it back. Run it back. Run it back. You see that the problem is, I think Boley wants to say over the transfers when that's something you have to give to the manager. Like, why are we trying to micromanage? It makes it an unappealing job to people. So,
listen, I don't know.
I know we've got some after stuff, but
that concludes this week. Champions of the English Football Club League for Manchester United. Dark days for. Yeah. What do we got next week? I know we've got FA Cup during the week, right? So I know United have West Ham, Chelsea have a tie against Leeds. Is that a FA Cup?
I believe they're still in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I think they got eliminated from the League Cup by City. Maybe it was the FA Cup. I can't remember these days.
Let's see. This week, Tuesday, we've got FA Cup starting.
Yeah.
5th round. Yeah. Man City play Bristol. I think both of you guys
City
are
took
out.
us out.
Yeah, because you both only have Europe left. United have West Ham
That's what I thought.
on Wednesday at 2:45. I think it's going to be an interesting. Yeah, I think United are going to play a really weird squad against West Ham to give some guys some legs. So I think you'll see the likes of Harry Maguire in there, maybe Lindelof. We'll probably rotate Sabitzer because he only played a half. I think like Garnacho maybe gets some minutes, maybe Pellistri. It's going to be an odd lineup that I think we see.
We
But I
got the
think Ten Hag
Gunners
still wants
on
to win,
Wednesday,
so it'll be a
hosting
weird mix-up.
Everton as a midweek
But yeah,
match.
then we've got Premier League coming
yeah,
back.
redemption. yeah, we
and
should.
then
We should.
Redemption match. I think you guys should bully them.
We should.
It's going to be a match. Arsenal win 3-1 to 4-1.
You should.
And then every Arsenal fan is like, oh, this team's changed so much. Oh, the fucking heart in this team. It's like,
Mickey Tetzy done wonders on me.
oh, he's learned from his mistakes. He's a brilliant manager.
You guys.
Oh my! The
Fuck
bounce
off.
back of this
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
resilient lad. Oh bloody hell, lads! Oh, fucking
that's
right
exactly how
in
it's
it.
That's exactly how it's gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna go fucking kick in the relegation, Everton boys. You know what I'm saying? Sean Dyche, suck me dick, you wanker.
You're going down. They're all gonna be singing at the poor Everton away fans. So we're just
You're going down.
They're like, all right, yeah, we'll go see a fucking top 4 team. Why not?
This is literally fan
Saliba
fic.
will
This
do
is all
like
just
one
fan
like
fic,
stop
yeah,
and then like
every week.
Saliba.
No, that's
love
how Arsenal fans act.
Liverpool have Wolves. I think Wolves could take that one.
The
They've
thickest
played
schedule.
Wolves so much.
Yeah.
They play because
Dude, everyone Wolves. I don't know for what, but like Wolves seem to have like they're like United right now. I feel like they're playing all the time.
No, well,
And they're just
Wolves
losing every time.
Had a replay because they drew Liverpool in a cup match and then had the replay and then played them in the league.
I think I
and now
got
have
Liverpool
the
in
reverse
this
in the
one.
league. They're just playing Liverpool.
It's at Anfield. That's it.
Yeah, I
think they
mean
beat
Wolves
Liverpool
can do
as well.
them. It's at Anfield though. I
don't
think.
think so.
Or no, it's at Wolves. It's at it's at Anfield.
Have we gotten a
Yeah, no,
Diego
it's at-
Costa goal yet? I haven't exactly
think
been
so.
on Diego Costa goal watch, but I feel like we haven't. Could be a
No.
cheeky time to sprinkle Diego
But
Costa.
it will be nice to have 2 Wednesday fixtures. Wednesday also we're having the first meeting of the
Yeah, so
minds.
both
for
these
the
teams will be playing the double.
Greater Tungsten
Both
Federation
these
of New
teams will be
York.
playing the double this week.
It'll be awesome.
So Liverpool will
exciting,
go
so-
on and play.
Keep an eye out on Twitter for some updates from
They're
that.
playing Man U on Sunday. Yeah. So that's at Anfield. You're going to Anfield.
United on Sunday. That's the next domino to fall, baby. Next domino to fall. If we go to Anfield and we get up and we win that, who's to stop us? Ethan will be sick to his stomach if we go to Anfield.
Miresh, I kind of want to watch that one with you and get your tears live because I feel like it's kind of like a cheeky Liverpool win on the cards, and it's going to be just devastating. And I just kind of want to be there for that. You know, similar to the City
Sunday.
game earlier this year.
Yeah, that'll be.
I just
that'll
kind of want to be in there
Sunday.
taking.
The
was-
other
that was
Everton also played on Sunday
unfair
against
that you got
Nottingham.
to be
Don't
there
care
for that.
though.
It was unfair.
Arsenal,
I'll see
after our
what my
game on
weekend's
Wednesday,
like.
we're
I'll let you know.
playing Saturday 10 a.m. Another home game against Bournemouth. We should be able to take care of them after City just took care of them. But City is playing Newcastle at home, so that should be a pretty interesting match, I'd say.
Ugh.
At least they got the second string now.
Pope's still out, so Dubravka will be in.
I mean, Weghorst has more medals than fucking Harry Kane.
Dubravka got a medal today. I don't know about Pope. So.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Well, I think it's more crazy.
Harry Maguire's
then
got
Chelsea,
more
they
trophies
got
than Harry
Leeds.
Kane.
They're
What
hosting
a
Leeds. How do you
what
feel
a
about
wild
that?
stat that is.
If you want to start, Don't lose is how I feel. Just stop fucking losing. That's all I care about.
Leeds are a pesky side. They don't like go
They're
down
not
easy.
that
That's
fucking
the thing.
pesky. No, god damn it, they're not. They're the center of their park is like ratty because Tyler Adams
Dude, Ellen
is just putting tackles in on everybody.
Ellen Road's not an easy, or no, it's at the bridge, so you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You
we
should
are.
be
I'm
fine.
pretty sure we lost at Ellen Road this year.
You did lose 3-0 to Leeds earlier this year. So, but they're not pesky. They're not pesky.
They're not. They're fucking not. Damn it! Not without Jesse Marsh. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, no.
Or a
Hopefully they
replay
appoint
of the
new-
1970 FA Cup final. Go on
Hopefully
the
they appoint a new manager before Saturday. That would be the final kick in the nuts for Chelsea.
Could you imagine the first text in our group chat after you get the alert and Chelsea have decided to re-sign manager Jose Mourinho? Could you just imagine the first text I would fire off?
He's doing fine at Roma. I don't think if you're going to get him, it's going to be in the offseason. I don't think you're going to get him mid-season.
I think you're looking too deep into it in terms of like actual facts. I'm just thinking like in my own fantasy. Oh yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you get through the week, big guy. Tottenham have another Wolves fixture. Tottenham have Wolves. But that's really it. Ethan, you had a thought for post show.
Somebody said butt fumble, and it made me think. I saw something. It's going to be an obvious no now that I say
I
it
heard
aloud.
that as well. Is that worse?
Do you think the Mac Jones, like the Patriots reverse lateraling and then
think that
Mac
might
Jones
be,
getting
yeah.
stiff armed by Chandler Jones to lose the game? Is that worse than the butt fumble?
I think it might be. Butt fumble was just like really cringe to watch, you know.
The butt fumble was the worst period of my
How about
life,
the
I think,
Jets?
'cause it was like right in like the prime middle
Really?
school
A new
age
dark
where you're just
age
getting shit
for
on all
Ethan.
the time about the littlest stuff like that.
I hate to break it to you, I think you might be entering a new worse era of your life. The Jets have never been good, so like at this point, them stinking
Oh wow!
is fine for you. The
Clearly
Chelsea
somebody forgets the
and
Rex Ryan days.
what did he win?
Went to the
What did
AFC
he win?
Championship game, but I
Again, the boys gave it their all. In football, it's Super Bowl.
uh,
There's one fucking thing you win. No one gives even a fuck about the Pro Bowl. It's Super Bowls. That is the measure of your pedigree. I hate that I have to sit here and tell this to
exactly. We
you.
went to the two.
Rex
like,
Ryan, your fucking achievements with Rex
Yeah,
Ryan,
exactly.
one
It's
foot
no
fetish
different than last year,
uncovered,
like-
bro.
one AFC championship,
no
and we
different-
used to fucking have Wayne Corbett.
well, it's kind of like it's no different than like some small
This
English
miniature
team being
mentality.
like, "Oh yeah, we made it to the FA Cup semifinals." Like, yeah, that's the best they're gonna do.
You're not a mini team. You're in New York
Comparing-
City,
I'm just
dude.
comparing, like, oh yeah, you want to take a shit? Not even a big like size
Oh,
wise,
God.
just like quality wise, like a historically
Dude.
bad team, and take them to like the second to last game. Like, yeah, I'd take that.
Dude, you don't, but you have everything going for you. You have the market to get the talent. Just nobody wants to play.
Rush, you're arguing a wall here. I understand these things.
Shout out
Like,
Le'Veon
there's no
Bell.
reason no any New York sports team.
All I'm
Thankfully,
sa-
the Mets.
all I'm-
Thankfully, the
all I'm
Mets
saying-
know how to spend a
all I'm
dime
saying-
these days.
Listen. A young
That's cat. That's cat.
a young Miresh used to celebrate the fact that there you go, nice shirt.
Shout out the Mets.
A young Miresh used to celebrate like the fact that the Rangers made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2015. And then I got older and I realized that's loser mentality. I
Buddy,
don't give a fuck about an
buddy.
Eastern Conference Final. I want to
Miresh
stay.
literally told me to mind the 11-point
Yeah,
gap.
I think the
at
point you missed,
NHL
Miresh, is
standings
really
this
that's
week,
every
and now he's like,
sports
"I don't
team
care
for
about
me
Stanley
except for
Cups."
Chelsea.
It's like, bro, you've had one since 1941, bro. In the last 80 years, you guys have one.
Did
fucking
the Rangers
cup,
get
so
Patrick
please.
Kane yet?
No, not yet. There's some delays.
Nah, shout out. Shout out cousin Andrew for still not putting together this 3-man Rangers game. He tweeted at us and everything, Miresh.
Dude, he texts me every day about a Rangers package, and I love it. He keeps me in the know. They said he's got tickets in March, but he's only got 2 seats, so you should go and take that seat, and then
I wouldn't text you either. I just text Miresh
together. I'll just sit
this
alone
man
like
he doesn't text me anything. I get a text because he goes to fucking.
I think.
No, why? The only time he ever texts me is fucking.
I will be honest with you. I feel like I've infiltrated your family a bit because him and I text every day.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're all day. We're chatting. We're firing off takes about the Rangers. Delicious, Patrick Kane compilations. Photoshops of him in a Rangers shirt. We're having
fun.
To get
and then you on the fucking sandwich place. Whatever. I fucking don't know. I forget what it's called. We go to some sandwich place in the city every time. It's like Il Antico something.
Al Antico Veneo.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Venice place. It's from Venice or not Venice?
Yeah, Florence.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I've been there.
Correct, but that's what I was gonna say earlier. That's the only time I ever hear from him now. Is he's just flexing those sandwiches in my face.
Yeah, he tried to pile on that tweet too. He's like, "Get up, Miresh." He's like,
okay, "Oh yeah, in the city, please, got a sandwich.
Please,
fuck you."
Please don't even start this.
Yeah, one quick
7 Stanley Cup gap. Mind that, pussy boy. How about that?
Dude, I'm the haters are sick. I've got shooters. I got red. I got
green. I got white. I got pink. I got pints.
Oh my god! I got red. I got blue.
I did want to shout out the Hoosiers before we get out of here.
What you need?
They did the double on Purdue.
I got shooters in every color.
Shout out the Hoosiers.
Fucking Neapolitan ice cream looking ass.
Shout out the Hoosiers.
What the?
They did the double.
Get out of my face with the Hoosiers.
The Hoosiers.
I couldn't even hold a candle to Connecticut basketball. Indiana basketball.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of my face.
What
has the University of Indiana done in the past 2 decades?
It's not in the last.
Connecticut's title town, baby.
Ray Allen.
He's not there.
And the men's.
They're pretty. They've
Shabazz Napier, Kemba
Walker, Coach Calhoun.
Yeah, pretty elite basketball.
Kemba
system.
Walker, Hamilton.
Campbell is a fortress. Yeah.
No,
they'll be back.
South Carolina.
Now that Coach K is gone, and Roy Williams. There's a big power shift.
The women have actually dropped off, but that's not what I mean.
You've got fucking Alabama number 2 in the country. The SEC is randomly good at basketball now. Yeah.
Oh yeah! Shout out to that.
One final thing I want to say: shout out to the guy who called me Pakistani on our most recent video.
That made me laugh so hard.
That gave me a really good laugh. I don't know who you are. I have a feeling I know who you are.
I like him
somehow, some way. I feel like this is like one of my friends.
It's so funny because like one of your well-known like nicknames like has your like nationality. Yeah, it's like very well known.
Yeah, it says that I'm Indian in it. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah.
Since you're Dan.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to another week of Blokes. Catch us next week. Like and subscribe. Send it to your friends. Get our numbies up. And maybe we'll come back with
some good.
We'll get a delicious.
Some results going in the right way. We might get someone to hop in here.
It's been a couple weeks without an ad. Tough times.
I was thinking that actually. Our ad department needs to step it up.
Yeah, we might get some guest appearances. But need a couple bounces. But yeah, thanks. Check us out next week. Peace.
Peace.
I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke?
It's half time. We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?